Start out with the drama. Okay, so first of all, I mean, you can tell. You can tell what's going on just by looking at live stream fail right now, which unfortunately has once again been absolutely filled to the brim, filled to the wazoo, not brigaded, of course, that would never happen, with, clips of this drama. I believe, and I'm going to give you guys like the short and sweet of it for those of you who don't know. Originally, I believe like I Show Speed was trending for doing what Greek God X, Dr. Disrespect, Ninja at a certain point, and many other white content creators have done. Make jokingly anti-Asian like accents and languages and all this other shit. Totally unacceptable. I will talk about the acceptability metrics with respect to that in a little bit. It's just like it's not even a microaggression. I wouldn't say it's a macro aggression. It's not a microaggression. It's just like straight up an aggression. When you see someone who's Asian and you immediately start popping off and say ching chong ding dong, like that's unacceptable. That's like ridiculous. But there is, of course, with every single thing on the planet, there are varying degrees of unacceptability and racism. And it's not like it's not the highest degree, but it's pretty close. But also at the same time, the reception of anti-Asian sentiment is oftentimes super acceptable by the broader swaths of society, which I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's all right. But that is definitely something that most people don't have an opinion on that is negative. Where is the I Show Speed? Where's the video? I want to see the video before I see his apology. I'm going to do the same thing I've said so many times over about Speed. He's like, 18, 17. That's not an excuse. That is an explanation for why he keeps finding himself in dumbass positions like this. I think he is. I think he would do well to have some kind of, big bro help him out throughout this process, and at the very least, like, guide him through this. He's been 17 for 2 years. He's 18 next month. I don't know how old he is. Where's the video? Let me just show. Argentina, bro? Oh yeah, he sees an Asian dude wearing an Argentina. Why you got on Argentina, bro? Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa, Argentina. Chinese, no konnichiwa. Why you trying? No, they scored. He said Ohio Chinese. What does that even mean? Come on. Why you got on Argentina, bro? English, no. Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Chinese. Konnichiwa, Argentina. Chinese, no konnichiwa. Why you trying? Yeah, I mean, this is just like, he's just being an idiot. Like, that's it. He's being an idiot. He's being mean. He's being I don't have an issue saying that this is 100% undoubtedly anti-Asian, like across the board. There's not a more clear-cut, more definitional response to that. It's not like the worst thing you can do, and a lot of it is normalized, but it is totally something you could qualify as racist. Ohio is good morning in Japanese. But of course, like, you're forgetting that I Show Speed, not only is he young, but his audience is incredibly young. This is not an excuse, but it's to explain it to you a little bit, especially considering that they literally call him a monkey. Like, his audience is young and also incredibly racist across the board. So that's not exactly, new for his audience at the very least. Like, they literally say horrifically hateful to him. We've known about this stuff for a very long time. I mean, I talked about it before. He is basically like, he is a lolcow that has, gotten profoundly successful off of doing that. Yeah, he was doing this too. He went up to an Indian man.
Where you from? Huh? No English? Wallahi? He's Indian? Oh,
this is not the only time I've seen him do this. I've seen him do this before too. I mean, he just hits the gamut. This kind of is what you do when you're like desperate to fill content and want to be funny, but you have no understanding of like being entertaining. You have no capacity to be entertaining for as many hours as you can be. And you just go with like the dumbest thing you can possibly do. People do this almost professionally. People like Steven Crowder do this almost professionally. So yeah, how do people think it's funny, bro? They're 12. That's why I was saying. That's why I was saying what I was saying. Not only is he young, but his audience is incredibly young too. So that's why they think it's funny. That's why when he screams, they think it's funny.
The clip going around where people are saying I'm being racist to an Asian guy, you know, and I just wanted to say some things, you know. I wasn't being racist to him. I promise you, you know. I seen him. I thought he was, you know, when I see, I thought he was Japanese, so I say konnichiwa. I watch a lot of anime. I said konnichiwa when I found out he was Chinese, you know. I tried to say a nickname that they call me in Chinese. I literally was just talking to a Chinese person earlier today at 433. And they said they love me. And I love Chinese people. So I try to say Zhong Kong, like Chong Kong. Like, it's a nickname that they call me in China. I promise you, you know. And if it came off as racist, I promise you, I did not mean it that way. You know, I got adrenaline pushing. I'm making content, live streaming. I'm at the World Cup. Watching Ronaldo play, adrenaline pushing. I seen him with a Argentina shirt. You know, I just wanted to say what's up to him. You know, I love other races. You know, I really did not come off as I didn't really mean to come off as racist. You know, I try to speak Portuguese all the time. Try to speak Arabic. You know, but I don't never mean it in a racist way. And I don't know why you guys think I meant that in a racist way.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe people thought that. It's on you guys that you. I mean, his apology's bullshit. Like he, you know, his bullshit. His apology is simple. It has to be funnier than it is offensive. Yes. Oh, spoiler alert number 2. Someone remembers the rules. If you're gonna do accents, it has to be funny or very good. Okay? If it's not very good and it's not very funny, then all of a sudden, you've hit the racism territory. It's a very tricky thing. It's basically the same concept of humor. Humor dances on lines. And you decide what's funny? Yes, I do, because it's my broadcast. So ding, ding, ding. You got it. I do, actually, as a matter of fact, decide. Well, not me in particular, not me alone, but like, there is a overall vibe that most people kind of get because it's a subjective concept. But a lot of you want immediate, like, you know, ground rules. I need to know ground rules. One, either because of particular neurodivergencies or because you are inappropriately trying to craft an argument where you can grab someone on the back foot and just like use it as an opportunity to, I don't know, craftily deliver way more racist jokes in the future. Why ask for permission? Just be who you want to be if you're that desperate to be a goober, okay? He knows it's wrong. That's why he's doing this, where he's like, oh, I just was saying Jung Kong or whatever he's just saying.
Promise you, I did not mean it that way.
I promise you. Like, okay, sure.
You know, I got adrenaline pushing.
Anyway, he knows his bullshit. He knows. And also, like, I mean, he scammed his audience. Like, that's another thing that he knows is wrong. You know what I mean? It's not often, this is not done often out of a place of, like, pure hatred, though. It's done because you're desperate. To just like try to make people laugh. So I guess like that was the original point of contention. I didn't even catch that. I hope my thoughts on that are clear. And then it just like became this back and forth. I guess Destiny had like another classic Destiny moment where he had to be like an edgy, sweaty gamer, okay, and word things in the way that he very deliberately does. Where you know, in probably the mathematically worst way possible, regardless of what his intentions are. And what did he say? Something along the lines of like, oh, all these like black Zoomer content creators, all they do is yell. It's so fucked up that, where is it? Just give me the video. Literally, just the most mathematically awful way you can say something. Basically, opening yourself up to like, even if you had a valid take or anything like that, which I don't even think he did, but even if he had a valid take, that sentiment is just so awfully written, and I think he knows it. He just knows what he's saying, and I think this is going to get him a lot of attention, which he's already doing. I mean, he's capturing a lot of attention.
It's sick of like the progressive deep throating. I'm good on that. I'm done.
I usually don't even talk about stuff that pops off with regards to Destiny, but like you know,
if you're gonna compare me saying there's like a kind of like a trend, at least on Twitch.
Oh, this isn't even the one. Where's the original? This is the one? D's been claiming to be far left recently. Is that why he dyed his hair blue? To be like a blue-haired SJW? Is that what he's doing? That's funny. Streamer Destiny was under fire recently for making comments about a whole new legion of black Zoomer streamers saying all they do is yell and scream at the camera.
Is this like, I don't even know who these streamers are. I'm not going to lie.
Like, here, I'll give you the short and sweet of it, okay? One, he grouped up Kai and I Show Speed, right? Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. So normally, if you do that, you're opening yourself up to people being like, oh, you're racist. You think all black people are the same or whatever. It's such a trope that like people jokingly say it. Black people jokingly say it sometimes. You know what I mean? But like the follow through also built on that. Okay. Like you could have been like, oh, I fucked up. I don't really know these people. You know what I mean? Who cares? Like, but then he followed through on it by like, here, let's watch.
Is this the Kai Cenat guy? Oh, this is the Speed guy. Okay. There's like this whole new legion of like black Zoomer streamers. And for as much as they talk about how like all white people did was scream at the camera, I feel like that's all these guys do. I don't know. I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit, it's just not my shit. But I'm probably just getting old. Like it's like the new shit is like black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL, and like that's like okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one. This one, I get sick of like the progressive deep throat.
So before we get to the second part of that, first of all, like he could have just literally been like, he could have been like, I don't know who this person is, but but I see a lot of clips of them or something, and just be like, it's not for me, and that it is like, it's definitely inappropriate and unacceptable. That's what the kids like, up, whatever. Okay, like even if he mistook Kai and I Show Speed, like he could have fixed it by the tail end of it, but instead he decided to create this like fake black guy who's upset at white people yelling to just like justify his argument for some reason. I don't even know if there is a black content creator that's prominent that's like, oh man, all white content creators do is like yell. And it certainly isn't like Kai Cenat, because yeah, Kai is very loud. Just ask Kai Cenat. Like it's not, he's a very entertaining, high intensity guy. That's his thing. He has literally openly admitted that. Not only that, but he, as a matter of fact, criticizes people like even myself or the Poggers community for not being high intensity enough. If you recall, there was a conversation that they had between like him and Your Rage where they literally were like, yo, these guys don't even celebrate when they get gifted subs. What the fuck is that about? Don't have this like weird argument that originated because Destiny worded something in the most like awful way he possibly could and is now going to boulder his way into snowballing this conversation into a small internet race war, basically. Okay, because that's where this is heading. That's it. And it's not real. It's not a real race war or anything like that, obviously. But it's just like, it's just going to galvanize all the most ridiculous, sweatiest cringe lords on the internet, some of which who frequent Destiny's community 100%. Okay, and they're all aching for this to turn into a larger opportunity because there's a bunch of black content creators who are very successful now. And not all of DGG hates that, obviously. Plenty of them love saying little bro and using the terminology and acting like they're also little Zoomers hitting the gritty or whatever. But there is a chunk of people in both that community and in also edge communities that 100% do not like that there are black content creators that are popping off, and they want to use any and every opportunity to take him down a couple pegs. And even if Destiny himself does not personally agree with that or doesn't even give a shit, I know he like he collabs with a lot of black content creators that are a little bit more on the conservative or centrist side, right? There are plenty of people who are going to weaponize this. Okay, so that's my take. I think it's a pretty fair assessment of the situation. And I saw like responses from, I think Kai said something like, you know, F you guys or whatever. Like, and everyone was like, oh, you're owned because you're yelling in the clip. And it's like, yeah, I don't think he ever said he doesn't yell. Like, what do you mean? But if you think that like Kai Cenat is just like simply yelling and that's his only content, then, you know, it's kind of weird because why are you criticizing something you've never seen? Like, why are you criticizing something you've never watched? This dude has made more collaborations happen within high profile artists than anyone else I've seen over the past couple of years. I've literally talked about it.
First of all, what you're not gonna do is not gonna act like you don't know who is who, dickhead. You obviously know who the I am and who the Speed is. You clearly said this.
All right, like,
I don't know if they have more content. Let me tell you something, bro. Like this is the Twitter comments in a like this is if Twitter comments was a person, this is what it is, bro. I don't know if they have more content, but let me go ahead and hate on them for what I see. Hey, you listen to me. I don't know who the you are. I don't know what you do, but do your research before you say shit. And clearly you are a racist, but guess what? I don't give a That's you. That got something to do with you. I will be mad if black niggas is taking control right now. I will be mad if I was a racist and black niggas got motion right now, nigga. I will be furious, nigga. I will be furious. I will be so mad. Ooh, I will come on this shit and say whatever I gotta say. I will say what I is. I don't know you from a can of paint, but guess what? Guess what I know? You can eat my like, bro, it's like, bro, I don't know who niggas be thinking they are, but it's either you get with the program or you stay out the way. We don't even be doing nothing to y'all in our community. I've never seen a nigga from our community directly hate on y'all niggas like solely. Niggas scream, okay. Niggas do this, okay. Niggas talk a little too loud, okay. But this 17-year-old nigga, this 17-year-old right here is doing better than you in every category. Actually, how old is he?
That part of it, I'm sure, is like, I don't know what his take on Speed is. I don't know if it's good or bad. That part does seem like he's defending him, ultimately. Just like Destiny doesn't have to be racist to criticize W community. Same principle applies in every circumstance. He called Speed a dumbass. Yeah, I mean, he is. The irony, of course, is that, like, I haven't seen it, but I'm willing to bet Destiny's original reaction to the Speed thing was probably that, like, oh yeah, this guy's like a idiot. I wouldn't say it's racist, but it's like very clearly like, you know, teetering on the edge or whatever. Like, there's no way that, like, D after that take, be careful, tomorrow I'll roast this 16-year-old, no problem. Black men on the internet are insanely fragile and want to play the race card and stream. That's racism. Every single time anything is ever brought up, the amount of fragility on display is actually amazing. Even if you say the word black, does that automatically mean racism to you? How fragile are you? Imagine you're in his shoes. Imagine someone says black. Wouldn't you be shaking? Imagine you're listening to someone and even mention your skin color. Wouldn't you be furious? Imagine you were listening to someone online. They reference a group of people who said black. Wouldn't that make you livid? Dude, no one cares. At some point, people are going to have to grow the find something else to bitch about than their race. Oh my, he's such a gamer, dude. The WL community loves to play the race card and pretend they're victims of racism when they're 19-year-old kids making millions every single chance they can. Wait, what? I don't understand this. Like, I mean, here, dude, like, look at a Bruce COD lobby. Does anyone have a video of the dude that is like, oh, you're black, and then starts screaming the like, what do you mean? You think like these guys don't experience racism? You think 19-year-old millionaires that are millionaires now were 19 years old, were 18 and also millionaires? Were they millionaires when they were 17? Does a millionaire automatically not experience racism, especially like anti-black racism, which is super normalized? Like, that's so dumb. So they can be racist too? No, I never said that. Shut the fuck up. Don't try to desperately shove words in my mouth, okay? I show Speed's like racism or whatever right now at the age of like 17, 18 would make him look woke in comparison to what this blue-haired motherfucker doing back then, okay? That's it. Like, come on, bro. Not even back then, like a couple years ago. Come on. Like, we know better. We know better. I mean, he said the N-word in that, like, literally in that thing that we saw. He's like saying Kai says the N-word a lot. Anyway, and as far as like loud content creators goes, this dude loves Tyler 1. Maybe all the top content creators, regardless of their background, regardless of what community they're from, all kind of yell. They're high energy. And that even includes myself. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. He yells all the time too. I don't know what he's talking about with respect to like, oh, I hate this new kind of content creator that just yells all the time. Come on. That was Kai's response. Destiny has more to say.
I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit. But I'm probably just getting old. Like, it's like the new shit is like black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL. And like, that's like, okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one. If you're going to compare me saying there's like a kind of like a trend, at least on Twitch, of like the black like screaming content or whatever for the Kai studying Ice Pick, which by the way, there might not be. Maybe those are just the only clips I see on LSF. But if you're going to say that's the same as me going up to some Asian person and be like, oh, konnichiwa, 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 you're actually retarded. Like, go deep throat some BBC.
Oh, he's just mad he couldn't say it first. That's what it was. Oh, at first I thought he was very upset at I Show Speed. Then I realized he's just mad he wasn't the one who got to say it. My bad. I misread the situation. I know there's people in here being like, he didn't say it like that. You. It's like, bro, I know, I'm joking. Okay? It's a joke. It's called making a joke. Okay? He's like, those are my words, man. What the You can't say that. Bro said, I'm tired of the anti-racism at the start there. Yeah, I mean.
See somewhere, swallow, go guzzle some black dudes cum because that makes you feel really good about yourself as a progressive. Like, go knock yourself out. But leave me out.
Yeah, progressives are cucked to black men who have BBCs. That's a good take. Come on, bro. Once again, Destiny, the king of optics, dude. The absolute king of optics, dude. Imagine going and like taking the time out to go campaign for Raphael Warnock in Georgia, and then coming back, and this first line that comes out of your mouth is to just like attack some of the largest black content creators on the internet, and then say progressives are guzzling BBC cum when they're and they're being too accommodating to black people. That is an insane, like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why are liberals like this? I do not know. But that is insanity. Okay. The difference between Destiny and I Show Speed, by the way, and before anyone says, oh my God, you're racist, that's the soft bigotry of low expectations. I Show Speed is 17 years old and an idiot. Destiny is a full-grown man with a child who's been speaking politics on the internet for a very long goddamn time. He knows better, and he can't even literally massage his rhetoric a little bit to just like make a point without coming across like he's being racist. It's insane. Okay. And that is not an excuse for I Show Speed, by the way. We have talked about time and time again how in the wrong he is. I give a dumbass he is. Come on, man. Don't you realize chat doesn't understand nuance? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like overqualifying every single thing I'm saying currently so that people understand exactly what I mean. It's going to be hard regardless because there's going to be a lot of people with nefarious agendas in here that are going to try to clip shit and ship it and make it seem like I'm on one side or make it seem like I'm on the other side.
Out of your bootlicking, virtue signaling, cuck ass bullshit. Go find some Black Panther to give it to you up the ass or some shit. I don't need to be involved in that. Please keep me out of your weird, obsessive, white, progressive, virtue signal cuck shit. Okay? I like to talk about real racial issues here, not if we are stereotyping black screamo streamers on Twitch. Okay? Jesus Christ.
If you want to find Destiny cross-legged, go find a debate of him where he's talking to someone who is anti-black or he perceives as anti-black, and this can be a liberal, this can be a leftist, this can be a communist, or this can be a Nazi, and pick apart a moment where Destiny has made a mountain out of a molehill in a significantly more like edge case. That's it. And then cut it together and boom, you got it. This man has argued on both sides of every argument. He is old school 4chan poll style troll. That's it. He just likes chaos. He likes the blood sport. He likes to win debates, and that's pretty much it. Okay. But for that reason, if one was, destined, if one was interested in like showing him in the contradictions, you would literally find that very easily. But it doesn't matter. You're not gonna put a dent in his audience. The NFT shit never did. So many other controversies never did. This is the community that still is able to like rile up LSF and get mad at like the G word, you know what I mean? Or the C word, as a matter of fact. So who's saying all this stuff is the guy who's saying all this stuff is just like, is doing it not for some like real growth or real emotional purpose. No real moral compass. He just wants to be right in that argument, okay? Oh my God, I was right, dude. Immediately. Destiny attacks Hasan after accusations that DG hates black content creators. I literally said that not everyone in DGG hates black content creators, but there are certainly a lot of people that stay behind from all the communities that Destiny engages with. But of course, he clip chimped it and immediately made a clip because that's how it works. It's like, it's always the same shit, dude. It's the same strategy. This is why a lot of people don't want to engage with you, Destiny, because you are dishonest. You don't care about looking at things in a charitable capacity. Like, and then your community immediately clips shit out of context and will literally post it on LSF in the worst way possible. It makes you look bad too. It makes you look bad to all the other content creators. And I mean, people are aware of it. You know what I mean? What the like, that's crazy to me that like this is Destiny alt in both that community and in also edge communities that 100% do not like that there are black content creators that are popping off.
Why does this degenerate fucking loser say this shit? Like, why not go to more sex clubs where like little girls are being trafficked? Isn't that what you like?
Oh, that's where he said that. That's crazy. Hey man, I don't know. I wouldn't talk shit like this if I left my wife and child behind to go fan's girlfriend and then marry her. You know what I mean? Take care of your children. Stop behaving like this on the internet. Grow the up, okay? You dishonest. Jesus Christ, dude. Like literally a brothel that I went to in 2010 got raided for tax evasion in 2016, and this motherfucker is making it seem like there's like little children being trafficked there. How gross. You do not give a shit about sex trafficking if this is the kind of attitude you have. You play fast and loose with this shit. Jesus, Lord mercy.
Like to do in Europe? Somebody linked the article.
By the way, when somebody links the article, oftentimes it's RTBA, Destiny will literally avoid it. That's the other thing. Like, we have a shared moderator. He can literally come in and be like, listen, don't post this, don't say this. That's out of context. Destiny knows that and will still do it, okay? He knows it. He doesn't care. He's just trying to get as many people as possible on board in yet another smear campaign because he has no substance. It's so sad. It's not defamation. It always is defamation. I know what the talking points are. Oh my God. How many videos do you have to make about like the same thing over and over again?
You make this claim about my community, bro.
I wonder if there's ever been an instance on this planet where Destiny has like honestly taken a step back and been like, you know what? I should have worded that better. Instead of immediately deflecting away from the main problem and immediately countering with a completely unrelated take. Sometimes it's valid. In this circumstance, it certainly isn't. And just move on, have his community beef up the counterpoint in order to deflect away from the original criticism. He could have just literally been like, I didn't word that correctly. I'm sorry. Okay? That's all he needed to do. In this situation, all Destiny, a old ass dude with a child, all he needed to do was say, you know what? I worded it incorrectly. I make content with a lot of black content creators, Abba and Preach, Gideon, to name a few. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not racist. I fucked up. He could have just said that, and it would have been done. That's it. Like, if he had just said that, it would have been done. He didn't have to triple down, quadruple down, but he has a God complex, and he can't stop himself. And also, his audience is pretty vicious when you actually apologize. Let's be real. I have apologized for things a million times over, and those motherfuckers never let me live it down. So I don't know. Maybe they'll do that to him too. But it's so stupid. Maybe do not say I have black friends, though. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying he should say either. He could have just done that. That's all he could have said. That's all he could have said. Like, oh, I worded it incorrectly, but oh no, he's infallible. He can't make any mistakes. It's just so gross. Like, he did it. He literally did it. I'm not even talking about like, oh, everyone in DG hates black people or anything like that. I literally said there are edge communities that become a part of his overall community every single time he collaborates with Nazis, like eats chicken and waffles with them and shit, like Nick Fuentes, like he did, or when he bans people in his own community from literally saying that Nick Fuentes is a Nazi, which he did do. Okay, when he does stuff like that, yes, a lot of people think, oh, this is a safe harbor for Nazis, I guess. And then those are people who legitimately don't like black people. And some of them are in his communities, okay? That's who I'm referencing. And anyone and everyone who's in DGG, anyone in Destiny's community, regardless of how much you talk shit here, knows that I'm right. They know that I'm right. They, or if they're honest about it, will criticize it. I didn't even say DGG itself is like this. I literally said the exact opposite. But of course, it doesn't matter. Instead of addressing that, instead of addressing what I actually said and go, hold on, yeah, maybe Hasan is a little right here because I am a charitable person. Hold on, Hasan is right. I'm going to be charitable here and say, yeah, there are some people in edge communities that I want to change their attitudes on. I want to change them. I want to de-radicalize those Nazis. And some of them think inappropriately that this is a safe ground for them. Okay? He could have said something along those lines. And like, in the interest of not galvanizing their horrifyingly white supremacist ideas, I'm going to make it clear. I am not a racist person, something like that. But he didn't say that. Instead, he turned around and said, I sex traffic children or something. He's a psycho. There is no instance where he just goes, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to make sure that people understand with clarity, okay, what I mean. He just has to be he has to perceive himself as like this infallible figure who's never in the wrong, and he doesn't give a shit. He likes blowing stuff up, and he likes continuing the drama cycle. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is precisely why I don't talk about Destiny, because anytime I do, it becomes like a thing. It becomes this like explosive thing, and it's one-sided, okay? It's completely one-sided. His community members will never let it go, and it validates him, and for the next month, I'm going to hear about it over and over again. It's called vulnerable narcissism. Yeah. A lot of community are new and don't know D's history. Yeah, I know. It's been rewritten a million times over. But But hey, we'll give him the content. Do not like that there are black content creators that are popping off.
Content creators have been on my stream. How many people do you think are in my community that don't want to see black people succeed? It's such a...
No, I agree. There aren't that many people. They're edge communities. That's what I said. I'm not saying his entire community's like that. Destiny, bro, stop. What the
stupid thing? Like, what the are you talking about?
He's so fragile.
Did what? What do you mean? What was the sex club that he bragged about going into? I'm pretty sure he had pictures of it in Europe. The traffic. That's,
again, not real, okay? And even if it was, which, by the way, I'm not defending this brothel that is still in operation. How the is that my fault? I went there in 2010. Not like I was like, ooh, what brothel has been raided? Let me go there. Like, it's so stupid. It's such a weird thing to do. You get so emotional over race issues, also so quick to use the N-word. Yeah. You're so charitable to a community full of loser liberals who do not give a actual issues. All they do is jerk off each other over useless 3-hour debates. I'm trying to be as charitable as possible because I know that there are some people who are at the edge who aren't just as like ride or die. No matter how deep in the cut you are, there's ultimately still going to be people who are like, yeah, this doesn't seem right. Obviously, they're never going to see my clips or the full context, and most of them aren't going to search for the full context of what I've said. But,